Hello, and welcome to Manickologi, a game made by Knowledge Grind.
So you are playing as Mani, an alien scientist that is basically running away from his responsibilities. He's flying around in space in a disposable spaceship, and then he ends up crashing. And since it was a disposable spaceship, there's no way of repairing it. And now he's stuck on a planet where no one understands what he's saying. Everyone speaks a weird language. There's a bunch of mechanical creatures everywhere. The world is weirdly, unnaturally split into several different biomes. And there's a big volcano factory in the center of it. And now, somehow, with only a blender and a little yellow robot called Stefan, he has to figure out how to get back home.
Manickologi was a wonderful adventure that I took unsure of what I was getting into. The game and the world of Manickologi is beautiful, engaging, and a vacation from reality. Being thrown into this world with little to no explanation of how the game or progression works was an experience that is hard to create safely, and I believe this game pulls it off flawlessly. Learning the combat, currency, and hardware upgrades by trial and error breathed a new life into gaming that I haven't felt in a while. I often found myself asking, can I just do that? Can I just go there? And more often than not, the answer was yes, I could. In this interview, I spoke with Kalle Knutas, who was the dev for this game. So, what was the initial inspiration for? Is it Manickologia?
Manickologi. So originally
Manickologi.
the name
Okay.
was in Swedish, and it it basically translates literally into gadgetology.
Okay.
But then we found out when we were thinking of translating the name, we found out that there's some weird Facebook cult-like group or something that's actually called gadgetology.
Oh,
So, so we just left it in Swedish as is. Um,
that makes sense.
so
You wouldn't want to affiliate with a group that would have
yeah,
no clue about the game.
yeah, exactly. So the idea actually started with my the co-founder of the company. He is a math teacher, and we wanted to make some way for kids to learn math in a fun environment where it doesn't feel like learning. So initially, it was just a math game. Um, and we realized maybe 6 months into development that yeah, math games are just not fun. And like we asked a bunch of teachers, and he has asked around at his job and things like that, but it seems like there's not really room for kids to run around and play around in an open world game in class. We should have thought about that.
That can be the case,
So
yeah.
yeah, so we basically scrapped the idea and just made it into a fun game instead, kind of. And I think the inspiration for the world, the characters, the story, all of that was a lot from Douglas Adams. I think, like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right. I really
Um,
like that novel. I watched the movie
yeah,
when I was younger,
probably
but I
one of
need
my
to
favorite books. Yeah,
rewatch it.
it is. I mean, I reread the book like as I was developing the game, so it's a heavy influence for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. And then the introduction to the game, we learn about Manny as we're discovering an uncharted planet, and I really
Yeah.
like, at least when I played through it twice, because I wanted to see if I was correct the first time. There seems to be dialogue that's optional. So, like the second
Yeah.
time I played through it, I was like, I couldn't figure out what the sad ending was. I was trying to put it all together. And I thought maybe that's in the beginning. What if you just fly into the sun? And then the dialogue appeared that the sun is just an image far away, and Manny starts to wonder if life is just a simulation. I
Yeah.
really liked that introduction to the game. It kind of sets you up for this adventure that is not necessarily chronological. You can do it in whatever order. Um,
Yeah, it's very non-linear for sure.
one of
Yeah.
the first things that I did is I went, wow, there's a well. I wonder if I can jump down here. And I immediately made it into like the sewer area. And I was like prepared for enemies and everything. And it's a completely peaceful place down there. And got
Yeah.
the grappling hook and got out of there. And I was like, wow, so I can just go run around and do anything. Um, what was the intent with making it so nonlinear? Was there an idea with the progression, or was it more so just like kind of a sandbox approach?
Um, so I think that when I play games, I get so frustrated when they force me into this linear path and I have to watch all of these cutscenes and play this tutorial, and I just want to explore and learn for myself. And I tried to embody that, I guess. And I mean, same goes for my friend that I started off development with. He We used to play Black Desert a lot.
Mm.
Um, for years probably. And I remember the first time we played, I showed him the game and he said, "Oh, do I really have to do this quest? Can I just run away and do something else?" And I said, "Yes, run away and do whatever you want." And so he ran away and he just spent 1 month of the game fishing, doing nothing else. And and he didn't touch the storyline, he didn't level up, nothing. And so like that's basically the way we like to play games, and so um, that is very much reflected in the game design. Yeah.
I see. Another thing that I'm curious about is the characters that you can find in the game. There seems to be multiple different like alien species, and then
Yeah.
the language was just like hieroglyphs. So whenever you're
Yeah.
buying anything in the shop, you have no clue what you're gonna get until you get it.
Yeah.
Was that just to kind of like add a random factor in to inspire people to go do something to like figure it out on their own?
Yeah, I think that first of all, it's a hint to hint them that hint. I mean, I guess teach them that the world is not obvious. You have to figure it out yourself. Like nothing will be given to you. You have to figure it out. And then secondly, it's kind of a hint. I don't know if you figured that out, but the entire game is basically a puzzle where all of these hieroglyphs connect with each other into. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil too much, but there's a secret hidden behind it. Um,
Right. Yeah. I think I discovered it through finding all of the paintings on the wall. I think I was missing like the last four of them, but then I just
yeah,
did some puzzle solving and figured that one out. The enemies. Was there a reason that they were
yeah,
all like mechanical hybrids? I understand that a lot of it is gadget inspired. So you have Stefan, and then you have all these different upgrades that you can craft for it. But all of the enemies
yeah,
are like an actual creature just made out of mechanical parts.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess this is a bit of a story spoiler. If anyone wants to figure out the story for themselves, you should probably stop listening. Uh, but basically, if you played through the game as well, you know that there's the big volcano area, which is Uncle Man Industries.
Yes.
Um, And so I assume you also figured out that Uncle Man is also the guy running the shops and
Yeah, yeah, no, I
all of
did
those
figure that
things.
one out. I was
And his branding
surprised
is
getting in
on a
there.
lot of the things in the world and all of that. And so basically, the backstory to it all is that Uncle Man basically inhabited this planet, and all of these weird alien creatures that are wearing the same outfit and they're putting on weird wigs and they look kind of uncanny. They are all controlled by Uncle Man, and you can
Ah,
see that when he's having a big dinner party with them, while the other like normal humanoids are like locked up in the storage area.
right. No, I was
And
very
then
I stumbled upon that by accident, the people in the
yeah,
storage area, and I was very confused as to what was going on. But that makes sense now. That contextualizes
yeah.
it.
So that's basically the where the creatures the mechanical creatures comes from as well is from the factory. So like that's the whole premise of the world building, I guess.
I see.
Um,
Um, Perfect. So, this is a different question completely and taking away from the game itself. But what are some
yeah.
of your favorite games that led to the design choices of creating this?
So I think that when I draw inspiration, I don't do it directly from other games. Like I have a huge, like enormous backlog of games that I've played since I was a kid, and they've all like in some way or another inspired me. Um, but I think that there's no like direct connection that I make consciously as to like this is inspired from that game or um,
I
for
see.
me it's more like I think of what do I want to do in this game? And then I figure out the most fun way to do that. And
So this was
it's like,
very
I think
like
it's more
a
so the opposite, where it's like things that I didn't like about other games, how can I fix that problem? So, for example, like if you've played games with a grappling hook and they give you like this little dot up in the sky and tell you, oh, you can press on this thing to grapple to this location that we predetermined to allow you to grapple to. And that frustrates me so much. I just want to grapple everything.
right. The
And so I
grapple
made
hook
sure
was a
that you can
favorite.
grapple everything. Um, so it's more so trying to fix issues with other games rather than trying to imitate other games.
I see. I do like that conceptually. So it all kind of just build upon itself of things that you wanted to see and things that you don't want other players to experience in your game.
Yeah.
Um, Something that it immediately reminded me of was Ratchet and Clank. I played one of
Yeah.
those games a long time ago.
I've actually never played Ratchet and Clank.
Wow. Okay, so this is just complete random
It's just
association.
complete. I mean, the thing is, I've probably seen it a bunch of times when I was a kid. So like somewhere subconsciously, it was like eating at my brain and telling me
Right.
like this is good. But I haven't like consciously uh, looked at it or anything. I just realized after having almost finished making the game, I'm like, damn, this is just Ratchet and Clank.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Because Ratchet and Clank is a very like raw humor. The entire thing is these two guys spitballing each other, and one of them's a
Yeah.
robot. I just found it really fun to have it to where there's like almost no dialogue in the game, and you're just running around destroying all these robotic creatures, and then you have a little guy that you can summon, and he can
Yeah.
destroy the creatures for you and collect whatever he needs to. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry,
Was
I
that good?
forgot to open with that. That was perfect. Um,
Cool.
I really appreciate this. I had a lot of fun playing through the game.
Yeah, I'm glad.
The loose progression was right up what I like in games, so it was like perfect for me. Um,
No,
I
that's
don't.
cool to hear because like that's what I'm missing from games in general, and that's what I want to create, I guess.